Hello. A few weeks ago I did a potato reveal from Forrest bark and wood chip. It's the first time I've grown anything in forest bark and wood chip, and I grew a foremost potato in a 10-inch pot, and I grew a Sharps Express potato in a 10-inch pot. Foremost and Sharps Express are both early potatoes, and they were seed potatoes. Foremost delivered 2 pounds of potatoes, and Sharps Express delivered 1.5 pounds of potatoes. So I was well pleased with that. Now I've got one more reveal to do from forest bark and wood chip, and this potato is a potato called Cultra. It's a potato that was bought at the local store, and it was bought in a packet of potatoes to eat. Now we eat most of those potatoes, but I set this one aside and planted it in a 10-inch pot in forest bark and wood chip. I don't know whether this is an early potato, a second early potato, or a late potato. I just don't know. But what I do know is it's been in this pot about 8 weeks, which isn't a long time, but the tops are dying off, and we're starting to get quite a bit of rain, so there's no point in leaving it in the pot. Whatever I'm going to get, I'll get today. Be no different tomorrow, next week, or the week after. The potato's finished, so it needs to come out. So let's do it. Let's drop the pot. Let's see what Cultra's got. So you can see from the foliage, Cultra's finished. The setup cost for this pot was just about zero. The pot itself is one of those ex-cut flower water buckets from Morrison's. Cost about 10 pence 2 or 3 years ago. It's cost nothing now, hasn't it? The potato in there that I put in there, I took off the veg rack. That cost me nothing. And this forest bark and wood chip that we're growing in, it cost me nothing. I think there may be a handful of bloodfish and bone in there. So the setup cost basically was pence, just a few pence. So whatever we'll get out of here, cost nothing to produce, there or thereabouts. We may get nothing out of here, in which case we've got nothing for nothing. If we get something, we've got something for nothing. Does that make sense? I think we'll just yank these out. What do you reckon? Let's see if there's any potatoes on here. Oh, hey, come on. Come on, they're not very big, but that's something for nothing. Isn't it? Look at that. That's something for nothing. And they look a lovely wee potato. Mind, they are small, but they do look nice. Look at this. What do you think? Oh, this has been worthwhile doing. I like this forest bark and wood chip. And so do the worms. Oh, so do the worms. They love it as well. Which always makes for an healthy growing environment, you know that. Right, let's get these guys out, and then we'll, should we do a weigh-in? Yeah, why not? There might be more in here. That was only what came out with the top. I'm surprised Molly isn't about. We've been out for a walk this morning. She's maybe tired. I bet if I give her a shout she would be out. I'll wait till I get this done. If she doesn't turn up, I'll give her a shout, because I know you like to see Molly. And there are a few small ones in here. If we just turn this out, let's turn it out. Throw that down the garden. Like this. I think that might be all we're going to get, but bear in mind, it costs nothing. they want. I think that's about it. Right, let me just put these guys in my hand. Pull this back out like this. Spin it down a bit, like that. I'll pop these potatoes on here. How's that? That's got to be worth doing, hasn't it? Bear in mind these guys have only been in here a few weeks. If the tops had lasted a bit longer, wow. But they didn't. We're moving into autumn now and you expect your potatoes to start to fall over. I think we'll give these away. Come on, there's got to be half a pound there, hasn't there? I'm going to give them away and I'll give Molly a shout. Just hold on. The sun's got out now and it's too bright out here to bring the scales out. You probably won't see them. So what we're going to do is we're going to gather these up. They're nice and clean. We'll take them indoors and we'll weigh them indoors. I went in for the scales. Molly's lying asleep. I bet she'll waken up if she says when I get these scales. Come on, let's go in. Okay, here we go. What was my guess when we were out there? Was it half a pound? I think it was, wasn't it? Right, let's load these guys up and see what we've got. Oh, we're not far off half a pound, but we haven't got many left. Okay, we need this guy to cash over that half pound mark. Get in. How good's that? I guess it's spot on. Half a pound. So we're really well pleased with that, bearing in mind the setup cost was $0 and they weren't in the pot very long. There's no point in leaving them, as I've already said, so they had to come out. But we're definitely growing in Forrest Bark and wood chip next year. Now I'll tell you what I did earlier. I'm emptying pots that look as though the potato was fallen over. It's finished, so there's no point in leaving it in. We're moving into autumn, we're getting rain every other day more or less. Pots are just getting wet. No potato in there to take it up. No viable potato in there to take it up. And so it's just going to spoil the potatoes. So I've been taking pots of potatoes that look as though they're finished. Now wait till I show you this, which I didn't get on camera. Just let me take these guys off the scales. Okay, so Molly's lying in the kitchen just looking at me and listening to me. She's making no attempt to come anywhere near. I wonder if she's off colour. Maybe she's just tired. We did have a good walk this morning. Right, hold on. Well, we've gone off piste again. Where were we at? Oh yeah, so a pot I emptied this morning was a pot of Winston, and the tops had died back, and in fact there was only one sort of viable stem coming up. Now you probably know this, but if you get lots of stems coming up, that means there were lots of chits on the sweet potato, and it probably means if you're going to get anything, you're going to get lots of small potatoes. Okay, well this one only had the one stem coming up, and that should mean we possibly won't get as many potatoes, but they'll be bigger. But to be honest, I didn't expect any, because as I said, it hadn't been in the pot that long, and so I never videoed it. But take a look at this. Size of that guy. Now then, there were only 2 potatoes on this plant, so I thought I'd show you the smallest first. Now take a look at this guy. And that's an early potato. That's an early potato Winston. Let's see what this one potato weighs. It's over a pound in weight. Now I think when I put this second one on, we've got at least a pound and a half of potatoes in 2 potatoes. And I actually thought I wasn't going to get much. Wow, nearly broke the scales. Blimey. About a pound and 3/4. 2 potatoes from Winston. Now they were grown in compost. But as I say, there was no point in leaving them any longer. It would have been a shame to lose those. That'll probably become a jacket potato, but it'll need to be for somebody with a big appetite, somebody like Desperate Dan. What do you reckon? Some big guy for that one. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. So this is Homegrown Veg, signing out. Hi Mom. Good girl. That's where she's been all the time when I've shot this video. She's made no attempt to come through. Good girl. You are a good girl, aren't you? Yes you are.